there thinking like, Tom, come on, but teams get to play both sides of the map. If you ever watched a Met game, if they start defense, they win. That's basically how it works. And I'm interested to see going into Bind as well, because it's a map that they've looked a bit shaky on, but again, it was because of their attacking sides here. So we'll see whether or not Mech have managed to fix some of those issues. Definitely looked good within the boot camp last week, and Big, obviously, they've had some closer battles, Mitch, but they're still yet to find a win.
That's the problem, right? They've never managed to make it all the way, and this is going to be well, one of the bigger challenges if Mech have turned up on top form. They've been up and down over the last couple weeks. We'll see how they're faring today. Twistin looking to get an early engagement here. Defo had already used up his dash, and well, Twistin's going to have to do that now. There you go. 13 HP on his way back out. Bit of damage done on both sides, and Mech resetting for an A take. They are running into the stack though. 3 players here. Paranoia ready. And this is big. Great flash out. That's a lot of space. Alarm bot canceled out, but they're not able to get a kill on the back of it, Tom. Now they're sort of stalled out in the open until Twistin shows up.
Yeah, he's got his dash back. Nats on the lurk has been able to find one, and they could actually try and swing this round into a B take, but they don't have a lot of time. Nats, he's just taking this into his own hands, pushing forward, but Aslan's position could definitely make things that little bit more interesting. He might be able to deny the spike. This kill is going to be absolutely everything, and he's going to go running straight in, and instead, Aslan's got the kill. That should be the round over. Twistin with his third of the round, and well, now Redguard just doesn't have any time. Big will take themselves the pistol, and just solid read and rotations there from them.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of good posturing in the early round. These teams are feeling it out, trying to take that control off each other, playing the push and pull around middle, but wow, 13 HP, Twistin goes in, gets 2 headshots. You can't really account for that. And I think Aslan did a fantastic job popping his paranoia, swinging out, taking all that attention on these players who were trying to duel him. And so even though Twistin had 13 HP, there wasn't a bullet coming his way. Freeze him up. Still remarkable that he hits those shots. Mech fall behind now, and they're going to play a nice light buy. A couple of pistols invested into, though, Tom. They certainly want to do some damage.
Yeah, a lot of this map, especially on the attack, you're going to be watching Defo. For that reason. He's basically just going to be this blunt object that Mech are throwing in to try and find opening picks for the squad. The thing is, though, Musashi's done well, managing to survive, reposition, even hits the headshot onto Defo, and he had Aslan there to support as well. Definitely not the greatest ult to be farming up in the world, but you never know. Maybe Aslan has something special.
Yeah, the ult game could look a little bit better for Big coming out of that round, but the economy game is looking pretty strong. They get a very nice bonus round here, affording the 1 Vandal onto Musashi. Oh, he's still messing around with his funds a little bit. Hasn't fully decided on that Vandal. And it looks like they're going to take it a little bit lighter. Okay, so not having the Vandal buff in there.
In the next round?
Could be. That could very much be. I think
especially with Twistin. Like, I just feel like the way he plays this map, a lot of the time he's going to be that rotational operator. He's going to be pressuring into mid, so I don't mind if they save that up, because even with a rifle into this round, you're still going to have to take some risks, some gambles anyway, and you don't just want to be throwing finances into the wind.
Yeah, Musashi's going to be partnered up here with Aslan as well. You can see they're taking all these fights together, and they've got some ideas on the setups that they want to run, so the Vandal isn't even needed necessarily. They can still find the value by doubling up. Unfortunately, Twistin ain't going to get anything done there. That is a fantastic flash from Redgar. Great space taken. Mech overrun middle. Big now kind of stall out, and the key thing is they've split up. Now this Sheriff is alone. It doesn't have Aslan there to help. Not as quickly anyways.
The more I hear the sound of like the bubble gun, the more I want to buy it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what it is. It's so satisfying to just hear the sound of the gun, the little bubbles. But either way, yeah. Oh, okay. Little dink. Might just put a bit of doubt into the minds of Mech. Incredibly slow on their take, and this is going to start playing into the defender's hand. Paranoia has delayed them. Musashi stuck in the corner is utterly screwed, but he still has Aslan, who's now going to take that space off the one-way. Ashin doesn't get much, and these players are getting tagged low. Luck has even got 2 with a fragment. And once again, Nats on his lurk has to go and try and retrieve the spike. The issue, Mitch, time.
That is such a huge nade.
10 seconds
10
left.
seconds to cross back over now, get this plant down. He just cannot get this done. Nowhere is safe to get it planted. And he can't even find the kill. Looker getting away with a 3rd in this round. That is huge. And really, you know, sure, Looker's nade perfectly placed, perfectly timed to catch those two players who were low, but the sheer amount of damage that was dealt on short, it was off the charts compared to what we'd expect.
Yeah.
Mech have got to be devastated with what they've just given away. Even Musashi, he dodges the flash by stepping into the one-way smoke, comes back out, deals a ton of damage, and that opens up the room for Aslan to then follow up. An ultimate super early on, not the most useful, sure, but 3-0, putting Mech onto an eco.
Yeah, Mech are going to play for the Blade Storm here. That's the only thing that really makes sense. All gathering up in towards the B site. A lot of utility already set up on the other side just to try and deny them. But ultimately, they just want Defo to get a kill. Or even find the orb. That's the main point of this round, to try and give him something to play with. Instead, though, it seems like they're actually just going to pick up this pace into the site. He's already gone through.
Oh, the sniper came out at the wrong moment. Oh, Looker in for a double. That's going to give them at least a little bit of hope of fighting back in towards this side, but Mech have gotten away with so much already. This round is looking so much better than you would have thought. A Blade Storm to play with. Plant in, and well, the utility isn't fantastic. Only a Shock Dart left on the attacking side, but hell, that's worth the trade out. And dealing with this Blade Storm is going to be tough. One Paranoia on the way through, and it has to be perfectly placed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They've also picked up rifles on the remaining players, getting suppressed as they look to try and make their move. This Paranoia is finally going to get put in, but it hasn't cleared the play. Close! They do find the kills, though. It's going to be left all onto Shados, a man you'd want in clutch scenarios. It seems they haven't spotted him. First goes his way, but there is a trade. Aslan should have enough time for the defusal as well. It's going to be pretty damn close. Just about.
Wow. The full
Defo probes a little bit, then they fall back into a take somewhere else, and they haven't really spread across the map. They haven't really taken any ground. Well, I would almost say that Big are just going to win this defensive side with like 9+ rounds.
Well, it certainly seems to be a similar approach here with Defo poking and prodding out on mid. You've got the supportive element of Redgar. We saw those flashes up mid have so much success earlier, but this is the problem. Big adapt to it. They adjust, and well, they're ready. That is a little bit of an unaccountable shot. He just fired through the cloudburst and found him, but the point was holding from Market, getting that off angle, and being able to now avoid what had previously been such an annoying setup, putting that extra doubt into their mind where if Mech want to run this next round, they've now got to flash out Market, use up a lot more of their utility. They can't think about next round just yet, Tom, because their mind's still right here and now. Good smoke. I like this from Aslan. It gives him a bit of cover to play around, and he's going to swing right out to help his teammates getting a kill before going down. And that ult has now been waited out. Redgar's down and out, but Musashi's been caught.
Oh, Nats might have a good timing here as well. It's going to be the trade back from Twiston, so even still, it's back into a 2 versus 2 scenario. They're actually going to use the lockdown, not realizing they're on the other side of the map, and also a Cosmic Divide. Mecha throwing everything at this round just to make sure they can get it over the line, or at least get into an afterplot. That's the main goal for now. Finally get the spike down, which, again, in this 2 versus 2, should put them in a good position, although I assume the Blade Storm will either have been popped or about to be.
Gonna be caught though. There's the alarm bot behind. Now 3 knives to play with instead of 5 around the corner, and Chronicle able to take the kill. Obnox has to do it all. And no idea where the second player is, but he's caught Nats. Okay, information to work with. Spike. Oh, the Nano buys that extra bit of time. Chronicle doesn't have to panic. He has another. He goes into the fight though. Maybe not the wisest of choices in this moment. As he swings out wider, somehow avoiding death. Both of these players carry it on, but Chronicle's the one to find it eventually. And a first round for Mech is obtained. An op save. And this is a better face from the attackers, at least. Good recovery on that early fumble.
With it, yeah, I think that's what I would call it, though. It's a recovery. Like, I don't think this was a good round from Mech. This was a good round from Chronicle. Like, he manages to catch players on the rotation and basically won them the round with a 4K that... Yeah, okay, there's the 1 kill coming in there, but then he closes the round out individually. Again, it's still this setup that's super reliant on Defo to find opening kills. And then from then onwards, it was like, okay, let's just blitz A. Let's just run in with the ultimate and hope that we can find the picks we need, which thus far hasn't been highly effective. Luckily for them, okay, they do have players like Chronicle, like Nats, who can win you rounds individually, but considering they're up against Big, a team, as said, in 2 seasons now is yet to find a win, I expect this to be more dominant from Mech.
Yeah, of course, new face to Big, new players in there, new IGLing and all that, but that's more of a disadvantage. It only underlines it more. This team certainly hasn't seemed to be on the form where they should be challenging Mech so far. Still, there's always a chance. It's 4-1 on the board. Things are looking good. They've got to shut them down here, though. They don't want Mech to get the ball rolling. Different strategy here with the dash on in. What an opening by Twistin. He's gotten out of there scot-free, and then Musashi comes back in. They try to punish him, and Twistin's back on the scene with a dash online yet again. That is a huge hold. And a big fumble by Mech, whose strategy seemed to just be bull rushing A.
Yeah, 30 seconds left to do something here as well. Spike down.
30 seconds left.
Maybe they could try and retrieve the operator just to have something going into the next round, but it seems like they're almost just set up to save. And yeah, Big off to a flyer of a start. Like we can sort of complain about Mech all we like, but ultimately Twistin's hitting the shots. The crossfires from Big have actually been really solid. Like you even take the round that they lost, there was that push coming in
left.
where they had that sort of cheeky little smoke to give them that crossfire they needed. They're looking like the much better side at the moment on this defense. The only thing I will say, Mitch, if Mech get to 4, I still think they close it. And then that's the thing that it's successful.
True. Yes.
It failed, and then Chronicle just killed everyone. They haven't had anything that's been remotely repeatable or successful other than Chronicle Go Kill, which even that hasn't been working too well so far this game. A 1-for-6 ratio. Twisted again, pressuring into mid. They know this is somewhere that Mech likes to challenge. The dash, though, hasn't worked out for him. And this time, Defo will come up big. There is a reason they put a high focus on this man being able to find those entries, even if it might not be the most reliable all the time. Does manage to get it done every once in a while. Even still, though, Mitch, Aslan's found a trade.
Musashi's pressured up close here. That's fantastic. 2 down. And although Shados manages to trade, Aslan's now got Boathouse secure. Going to move out a little bit. I think this angle slightly harder to predict and avoids the recon completely, catching them off. Leaving it into the 1v1, though. Nats not content to give it up just yet. He's going to close the distance. A surprise peek, and a surprise it is. A second round for Mech on the back of it. Their early rounds might not be clean, Tom, but they seem to be getting it done in the late.
2 out of 5 times, I guess.
Hey, 2 out of the last 3, though.
Yeah, I'm still not confident, but the thing is, they do have incredible clutch players. Like the way Nats played, that was perfect. It was like he was in his opponent's head the entirety of the round, and hey, that's exactly what you need from him. Problem though, financially, they're not building up anything. Like they are winning both rounds with 1 player alive. On the other side, Big have kept it relatively clean, so they're going to have a decent purchase going into this one. It could be another instant reset if something isn't found here.
Yeah, certainly not out of trouble just yet. Drones hearing a player close. Not a ton of information to work with, and Mech back to their old tricks. You see what I'm talking about, burning up that utility. You've got the Cloudburst used, you've got the Flash to take over market to try and challenge in towards what had previously been a very tough position to hold from that op. Whether he's in market, on the switch, or up in spawn. From here, though, you know, they've got to find something. Players are in positions. Where's the return on that?
Just waiting. I'm also a little bit wary about the fact that Defo has the spike, or at least, yeah. I thought it was either on him or next to him, but no, he has it in his hand, so.
Here.
Especially with them having knowledge of his position, it does look like they're going to go for the same B split once again. Twistin is just waiting on the cross. Now, of course, there's going to be a smoke put down, an attempt to try and deny anything. Timing is not bad. Very close to getting something done here. And now both players sat in the back of the boathouse. And actually, Twistin swung out.
Now here's the flash, the initiation on the back of it, and there's just so much to deal with here. Mech running in with so little time, and Nats is going to have to, well, he's no time. He can't even get down there and plant it at this point. even surviving is going to be a challenge. They are coming from absolutely everywhere. And in the end, he'll go down. That's 6 for Big. A really, really solid performance. I'm getting worried, Tom, because yeah, we saw those 2 rounds where Mech can make it work late, but I'm sort of relying on them figuring it out eventually, right? But it seems like they've gone back to what they started with, which didn't work.
This is the thing, right? This take from them is the same take that they make almost every single round.
Yeah.
The fact that I can say at the beginning of the game, like, you're going to have to watch for Defo on this attack because he's going to be lurking in that mid spot trying to find plays. Like, it's too much reliance on this individual player to do something, and when he doesn't, it's like, okay, let's just push B. They had 2 players at the back of Boathouse. They didn't put anybody on the site even watching because they know where they're going, and they just leave Twisted onto the cross. It is the same again. Just at a faster pace this time. And again, you've just got 2 players at the back of site. Already a wrap coming round in through mid as well. They've got them boxed.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, they didn't have the best of weapons, so I'm not against...
What are they going to do it again?
What is ultimately a different strategy, I guess, in picking up the pace, but...
Well, it's the same they did on the last eco round as well.
Yeah. It's sort of look at it like this. What they did on its own, not bad. Not bad. But in the context of this overall situation, it is a very worrying sign. We need to see something different from Mech. That's what that clearly. They've got 2 rounds attack side so far. They've come off the back of individuals stepping it up when they'd already fumbled the early round. See if they can get it right from the start this time around. Looks like, Tom, you might be surprised by this. A little bit of mid-pressure out of Defo, and I think Aslan's there to back him up. Or sorry, not Aslan. I think Redgar's there to back him up with a few flashes. I don't think I've seen this one before.
No. Weirdly, Big have actually moved some of their setup because they actually did, as we did, kind of hope that they do something different, but no. It is going to be the same pressure in towards mid. Cross being held by Obnox. Not really surprised by that. They've come to expect this. The remaining 2 players falling back a bit, but this is what I mean. He does still manage to get these openers quite often, even considering that it is the same play every round.
I feel like we've had 5 rounds in a row at Defo going, all right, guys, trust me, I can get the pick mid this round. And finally, it's come through. He's managed to deal with Obnox. But as you said, it was a change in setups. Twiston's normally there with the operator. We're playing over towards the switch. Now they've swapped it up for the A main play, keeping themselves a little bit unpredictable. But in this point, Mech have found a little bit of a weakness.
They're probably going to split B.
Yeah, well, this is the first time probably we've ever seen a B split out of Mech. Well, you know, the thing is for Big, they've been able to hold on to this every single time so far. They've been doing a damn good job. Now, you got that lockdown in play. Got to be dealt with. Looker swinging around through the smokes, and he's got an off angle. 10 seconds left, and they'll deal with him. Just about buying time for the plant, but they've lost another player, and they just keep losing him. Aslan spraying away any chance for Mech in this round. 8-2, Tom. When it rains, it pours on the Big side. They just cannot stop racking up these rounds.
See, maybe like Mech heard that Gob B had left, and that meant that Mech should consistently go B. Like maybe that's their thought process of they're not gonna have this man defending it anymore. I don't know. I'm lost for words. Just seeing the same thing over and over again, and then the result is exactly the same. Like for Big, they've just again continued to play more passive around that B site. Fantastic delay work, and sure that was one of the closer rounds, but I don't know. It's almost like they think the scoreboard's backwards, and they're like, yeah, 8-2 up, let's keep doing it. It's mind-blowing.
Well, they changed it now, and then got caught immediately by a knife, so they've been tagged up. Interesting. Okay, a big attempt at a play for A. Unfortunately, they've only sent 1 player here, and he's died instantly. Gives everything away. And Big are realizing, yep, probably going to be a B play here. Good thing for them. They've got nano swarms inside of main. So getting out of there is going to be pretty tough. Musashi's taken down Redgar. Here comes the nano. Jet's already out now, isolated from her team, but has that little bit of an off angle, has that pressure to apply. Twisted needs to be worried about that left side. Defo's being dealt with now, though, so that's no longer a thing. Out comes the Journey. Oh, put it away, man. three on the back of it as well. A flawless round from Big and damn near a flawless half so far.
That's the great thing about Twistin, is you can either stack the B site with multiple players, or you can stack it with just Twistin, and that does exactly the same job. 9 and 2. I honestly, I'd like, this is one of those things where it's like Mech picking a map, they have to start attack, and it just has never looked good this season. It just hasn't. And, well, Big on this defensive side are absolutely blitzing them. And that's the thing already. 9 rounds, 10. Like, we talk about the fact that Mech are very good at bringing these games back, but it's looking like it's already past the point of no return. Twistin's feeling so confident in his ability. And no matter what you think about Big, this man is one of the scariest duelists in the league, even if the team haven't been winning.
Twistin's in, trying to make a big play. Aslan's there to back him up, and so is Looker. But even despite that, the flash that went through moments ago, they are in trouble. That Killjoy ult has managed to detain Looker.
Spike down mid.
They've returned a frag. This is a little bit awkward now for Mech with the spike down in the open. They have to completely cancel their plans. Their whole idea, even hunting down Looker, has been put on the back burner as they attempt to fight backwards. Nats, though, able to find that shot, and now he turns his eye back towards the position he knows there's an opponent in.
This duel could be everything. Nats' lurks again do come up a little bit fruitful. It's going to be left onto Obnox. I think he might just try and find some sort of timing through the smoke, but they're very ready for it. In fact, he's going to just swing out. Nats will close out a third round. Mech just about managed to at least give some hope.
B side looks like a little bit of mid pressure soon to come through. But Mech are thinking of the same. Push up in B main, a sneaky position for Redguard. No, he's actually going all the way up and around the corner. A dry swing in and 3 kills. Like, what?
I want to see that. Well, like, what? How did Defo get 2 there? It looked like he was jumping into the angle. Oh, it's just madness. It's already begun. It's like they see defense side and they're like, BS mode activated, and then there's nothing that Big can do already. It's ridiculous that I'm now already worried for Big, and we're not even through the pistol round yet.
Yeah, the best part about that was Defo was jumping with the sheriff as well.
Yes.
So you got a big reset on that, and this guy doesn't care. 1 bullet, doesn't matter. He'll hit it on the head right away. Wow. I mean, what do you do? I don't know how Big recover this one. Literally, they are hoping that someone swings, someone makes just a really silly mistake. But Mech are tucked in. They know how important this pistol round win is. They've got a whole army to deal with these last 2 players. 4 rounds on the board for Mech. It's not much, but it's the foundations of the defensive side. And the ability to get this economy rolling, potentially. I'm into this one up against an eco, at least. This... Just get out, man.
The thing is, I'm genuinely sat here like they're gonna win this, and I never do that with any other team at 9-4. None, no one in the world. Even if you're looking at an Optic, who are currently like the #1, I can't do it. But with Mech, I'm just like, yeah, probably. I'm really hoping that Big proved me wrong, especially after that first half, because Mech did not look good. But this is where they thrive. This is why they picked this map. Already going to be getting information. Twistin trying to just rat, of course. He is... I think it's not that crazy to say that he might be the best surely player in the world, which is not a title I think anybody else is really vying for, except maybe Durka.
Yeah, not exactly a plaque you'll be hanging up in your house. I'm the best shorty player.
He would.
But
Twistin would. Twistin,
considering what he does with it, fair enough. I wouldn't be, but if I could do what he did, I'd be a different person.
Yeah, after that 3K at the back of sight, fair enough. Fair enough. The gun's pretty good. Very slow from Big. Of course, they're just hoping that anybody makes a mistake over peaks, over faces, but... Well, we've already seen a very passive attack come out from Mech. It's no surprise that we're seeing an even more passive defense. They've got the utility set up, obviously with Astra combinations as well. There's no way to really burst into these sites with ease, and honestly, getting past Chronicle is going to be tough enough as it is.
And that Bulldog's sitting there, waiting for the fight. In comes Twist and Shorty in hand, trying for the plant already. It looks like he's going to be getting it as well. Spike planted. Sure, he goes down, but here there's a chance for at least a little bit of... Never mind. At least a plant. Hey, at least a plant. They get an orb. That was cleaned up quickly.
Sue has pointed out that Sugar Zero is also in the running for best Shorty player. I will say I feel like a lot of his was on Fracture, but I'm still... He's definitely within the running, especially because he doesn't do it on a duelist.
I do also think if you sit in one position and get pushed by a team 10 times out of 12 and you shorty someone 10 times out of 12, you know, it's like maybe it's not all you and the shorty, maybe it's them.
Yeah, because I think Laz also got some shorty kills in that game.
yeah, it was some interesting gameplay going on. What's remarkable about Twistin is just how versatile. So,
right, guys, I'm clear. I'm clear.
In case you're wondering, that's not what he meant to do. Well, Killjoy, yeah, when she damages herself at the start of the round, of course, she gets angry and does extra damage. No, that was a little bit of a mechanical breakdown from Musashi there. Mech, content.
I think my brain's having a mechanical breakdown.
Yeah, barriers didn't quite go up as quickly as he thought, maybe. Oh, we're on the way through, inside the smoke and out of it. Fucker's just running it down.
Now, welcome to our game show of how many kills does Chronicle get? Stuck in position. Is he going to get cleared? He is going to get cleared. They've pinged him through the corner. The answer was 0. I don't think many people would have guessed that, but good work from Big to make sure he doesn't get away with murder. You've got 3 players looking to try and get in on the retake. Of course, the goal here for Mech is more to just make things costly, but when you're at the scoreline they are, making it costly might not be enough. And on the other side of things, Big are doing very well just to delay.
Oh, that spray's good for Looker. He'll get a 3rd before going down, and I think he's done enough at this point. Mech is 5 HP on Defo, and he'll go down to a headshot, leaving Nats all alone. And you know, whilst he needed an ace to get that one in the bag, it was looking damn close. A decent amount of damage done by Mech, I have to say, all things considered, Tom. It's still a successful round.
Yeah, it's in isolation, you're probably quite happy with that, but now they have to return instantly. It's not one of those scenarios where they can let a round or 2 slip because you're basically giving the game away. And, well, for Big, if they can get something done with any of the ults, no command going to be in play, especially when you're up against the likes of a KJ. That could be quite interesting. But have you noticed he's actually put his utility down on the opposite side of the map to what he's playing, so that if they do no command, it's not going to affect him.
Here we go. No command coming through. Pressure to be applied. Big going for a little bit of a mech play on this one. Let's see how the defense handles it this time around. They had no success when Mech tried this on their attack. And Big have actually stalled here. 110? They're happy to pump the brakes. I mean, why not? But it's the position of the spike that's kind of throwing me off on this one. You're going to commit to it fully. And that drone out. Well, oh, God, Looker's got him through. And then what happened to the bullet? Did it go through his legs?
I don't know, but it's definitely a little bit whiffy. The thing is, you still got Redgar within the site, but slowing this down and actually going for the rotation back, they're going to have the A site for free. This is looking great for Big. They have read this round almost perfectly, and just leaving a couple of players here is going to even just hold them that little bit longer. Musashi even gets tagged up, but they don't expect him to be close. If he can get this kill, the round's already done, and more Chronicle left into a 1v4. Fantastic calls from Big in this round, and while he's going to need a miracle here, and I don't think he's going to get the chance.
No, well, you can see that nobody on Big is really moving out of position all too much. In fact, they've even sent Musashi looking for him over towards that B side, clearing everything out. The Chronicle still ratted away. See? Right, yeah, he's going to spawn. Okay. I was like, there's no way he's going to try ninja that. There's a kill at least, and he shouldn't be punished. I think Musashi's going to try to make it over to him, but yeah, he's took him way in the spawn. There's just no need to give this away. Oh! Yeah, he wasn't going to step all the way forward, but I got worried.
No, I like that round from Big, especially because they popped the null command. There's always going to be that scenario where you, like, almost just because you've got that ult active, you really want to put the pressure on. Instead, they played with the rotations, waited for people to get over aggressive, waited for mech to peak, and this patience works out wonderfully for Big. You've also got Aslan and Lucka both having fantastic games. We expect this from Twiston at this point, but the fact that both those players are popping off, it's left mech in the dirt, and well, really in the dirt. Sure, they've got a Blade Storm, Mitch, but the weaponry behind it is not fantastic.
No, it's not exactly going to be strong for a lot of these fights. That's decent for Defo, an opportunity. Managed to avoid the op shot of Twiston as well. But nothing delivered. And that Blade Storm, Spectre, the Bulldog. Weapons don't really want to be taking fights. Oh, although then I look, the Bulldog in Nats' hand, and he's playing back sight. Who knows what this man's going to be able to get away with. Especially with the support of Redgar's flashes have been on point. They're hearing some of the noise from Big. They know the A side is being sought after. He got the nade down just to clear it out fully, and now here comes the push, but Twiston can't use his Blade Storm.
It seems like they're just going to wait it out. Full rotation coming through from the other side. Sure, Chronicle now starts to make his move back, but if Big continue in this direction, they're going into a stacked site of mech players. It didn't look good with this purchase coming through, but the positioning seems as good as could be, and the timing might be even better, but Lucka still gets the kill here.
It's the lack of information that forces you forward to try and make that little bit of a play right into the hands of the waiting aggressors. Nats. Oh, he's still getting away with a kill. Delaying the plant, but he can't hold on long enough. 2v3 retake on the cards. Mech are going to once again have a very tough time on this one. At least one player's been spotted up above. Chronicle still making them wonder a little bit, but now he's shooting away, making that noise. Do they realize that's both players? Because it could technically have been the guy from Heaven sneaking down. I think they're going to wait a moment, but now, there, Killjoy. I think they knew Sova was on the other side, so that's all the info.
All right, it's going to reveal Aslan. He's actually been taken out, but you've still got the trades coming through. It's left all onto Chronicle, timer ticking, and Obnox just sat in an afterblood scenario. Aslan still on the site, 12-5. The comeback now looking unlikely, if not impossible. No matter how strong Mech's defensive side is expected to be thus far, Big have been far the better squad on Ascent.
Wow, I am never going to hear the end of this from Looker if they end up taking this
series.
Oh,
yeah, you predicted Mech to win, didn't you?
Yeah,
as one of
Mitch,
Lucker's
you were that
friends.
one guy that predicted Mech to win, weren't you? Hey, Mitch, yeah,
but
of course
you are also the guy that predicted Oglu to get out of groups because you like hype so much. So
I don't know.
Does that just mean you don't like Lucker as much?
Whoa. Oh!
What? Musashi's just been finished. I can't believe that's just happened. That was based off nothing, was it?
No, it was just a spam. I think it was just a wild spam.
I don't even know. There was a dart, but I don't know if it was fired.
Used. Yeah, I didn't see where it was used.
Oh, even still, that's nuts. Of course. Just deciding that there was still a little sprinkle of BS left remaining for Meg to maybe get themselves around here. Flash in. Defo's still looking to get aggressive. Timing not really working out. He's not going to spot much within middle. And Aslan on the other side of the map is at least trying to sell information onto short. Even still, though, it looks like this mid press is the main part of this round.
Defo certainly feels like he's got the timing here. Oh, he's going to be naded out, though. He's already used up his dash. He wanted to try and get in and get aggressive right then and there. Reveal not quite spotting him. He's being seen on the crossover, though. Twiston able to capitalize on that, but nothing else. Redgar steps up for another two. That is massive. With Looker down, they can... he hasn't got the spike! He hasn't got the spike because he couldn't... He's just stuck trying to res.
Oh.
I've never seen that before. Of course, he's trying to use his bind to pick up the spike and just hitting the res again and again and again. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate.
That whole round was unfortunate. But please tell me we have a replay of the kill onto Musashi. Like, please. It's just so that. Oh, nope. We're floating. Oh, no, we're going back to this instead. Yep, we can't pick up the spike. But no, that initial kill was just unbelievable. Like, just straight spam through the wall. Then you can't pick up the spike because your teammate's down next to it. It's a round they're going to want to forget. But still, 6 in a row needed for Mech to even take this to OT. It's a very long road, and I think the big great, a little bit of revenge. Shados is spotted jumping, and Lucka takes him down. Defo tries to even things up almost instantly. Well, they're spamming once again.
Oh, the head scene, Redguard taking him down, and out goes Nats for more. There's always a second Mech player. If there's someone left behind to take down, there's someone there to trade it, it feels like. This time, though, Nats is going to be taken down alone, and, well, second Mech player there to take that fight. It's Chronicle onto Musashi, dropping the spike, and a double push to come out of this to close the round. Mech come into this. Round number 20. First of many to come if we're going to see an overtime here. And a recovery from Mech on what I believe was their map pick.
Yes. Next coming up is Bind, which they definitely looked a little bit shakier on. Of course, they will start defense on this map, and trust me, that can make a difference. Already, though, Defo is going to kick things off. Aggressive peek out, but it's an instant shot. Actually, Twiston's found another one. This starts to get a little bit shaky until Nats just slaughters them. 4 kills in a matter of seconds. He's even going to try and get his buddy up just before the round ends. 8 on the board for Mech. And Nats is having a game. Like, it is wild after that first half that he is now the top fragger in the game. Joint.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Wow.
I love how Red Guy gets 4 assists lying on the floor. Don't worry, guys. I'm helping.
I'm
helping. Can you get me up, please?
Defo wanted to get aggressive early there. He's almost caught Twiston. If he peeked out a little wider, stuck out a little longer, fight would have come through. Dash online. He wants to try and take this fight, and it's going to be the shorty.
Revenge.
Twiston falling victim to it, and Shados delivers. Out comes the op for another. Oh, this is decimation in the early round. Big getting absolutely nowhere as a third kill comes in for Defo. The man is farming up that ultimate, and they've got the spike down in the open.
Not from top 5. Not from top 5. Come on. Like, the thing is, you expect it to happen almost off the bat with Mech, but it just seems like there's a we could lose filter that they just go, oh, okay, we're Mech again. And these last few rounds, okay, they got a little bit close with the pistols, then Nats gets a 4K. This round, Defo swinging into mid just basically destroys their entire team. It's starting to get incredibly scary for Big, and that's the thing.
30 seconds left.
The problem with Big, and this has been the problem, as said, the last 8 matches they've played within the VCT, they always get close, and then they never close it out. And I am scared that's going to happen again.
Well, 5 rounds in a row seemed unlikely, but they're almost getting to that point now. Just 3 more left to go. Economy of Big certainly looking a little bit shaky. This is a very worrying prospect. You know, we saw Mech come in very shaky on that attack side, and it looked like they were lost for new ideas, but as you said, Tom, they're just a whole different beast when it comes to defending. They always have been. 3 more needed. Big challenge. The attackers have a bunch of ultimates to work with. We said this could be a big difference maker, but it's not likely to be in this round. The Blade Storm for Twiston, though, always going to be a threat.
Yeah, they could really use him to just close it. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I think the closer this gets, the shakier it's going to become for Big, and the more likely Mech are to take it over the line. They're still 3 rounds behind. They have ultimates to play with on the big side right now. But the weaponry is the main issue. So Twiston, I feel like he has to be the one to take charge here. Minute left on the clock, not really being pressured. It seems like Mech are more than happy to play this one a lot more passively. I think knowing what sort of weaponry is in play, and also just having utility setups on both sides of the map. The only real hole in the defense is actually going to be mid, but instead it looks like they're going to run in towards short.
Looker's gone down on the crossover. They need someone to buy that space,
30
and
seconds left.
this Blade Storm hasn't been able to find a victim yet. There's one to start with. It gets awkward. It gets very awkward. The knife is out. And a shorty missed, and Twiston is standing alive on site. A battle for Musashi as Redgar falls, and it looks like they're gonna get a
10
plant.
seconds left.
Nats is a little bit too late
this
to the
kill might be
party.
free.
He'll catch Twiston
It's
though.
free.
Spike
This could be a
planted.
return on the knife. He's gonna sneak up. Oh, that was way too close. Low HP on Musashi. 45 in the tank. Stars are down. Gravwell in play, but he's moved. He's now on the back site behind the boxes. And the spray just not landing for Nats. Behind those concrete pillars, he waits and now looks to take the peek. Musashi biding his time, creeping around and landing it. What a way to close out this map, Tom. Big will not fumble it. They'll take it 13-9.